What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God here. I got my man and trainer for Mr. Errol Spence Jr., the coach, Derrick James. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, I'm good. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing real good, man. You know, we rooting for y'all, man. We need y'all to bring that belt back to the United States. You already know how it is, man.
Yeah, no doubt, bro, no doubt.
Word up. There's a lot that we could discuss, but I don't want to take a lot of your time, man, and I got a few things I got to do myself. But so we're just going to jump to the meat. And the meat is the bullshit that we're hearing right now. And probably one of the biggest things that I've heard that made me want to slap somebody was the comparison of Errol Spence to Jeff Lacy. What do you feel about? How do you feel about that, man?
Hey, man, I think it's comical. I think that, I think Jeff Lacy was a good fighter when he was a fighter, you know what I mean? But I don't even remember his style or anything, you know what I mean? So I know left hook Jeff Lacy. I think that, I know that Errol has more skills, you know, and he's a very smart, very intelligent fighter. I think that's just a way of, they have hopes and dreams and desires that Kell Brook are upsetting, you know, and I think that's just part of their way of trying to, belittle or demean him by comparing him to Jeff Lacy.
Right. And I think there's a lot of things that Errol Spence does much better. I mean, he puts his combinations together much better. You know, Jeff Lacy was one-dimensional. He had that left hook, really, and that was pretty much it. I was a big Jeff Lacy fan until I've watched him fight Sid Vanderpool, and I saw a lot of his flaws in that fight. And a lot of things that Jeff Lacy did wrong, Errol Spence doesn't do that, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Kell Brook. He definitely doesn't fight like Joe Calzaghe. Those are two different fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, come on, man, you can't say nothing like that.
I think that's just a way to be disrespectful, man. You know, they hope that, when you have all these dreams and hopes and desires in one guy, and then, you try to belittle the other guy, you know what I mean? That's all they're doing. So, it doesn't bother me. And we will see, just put like this, like people talk about how good is Errol Spence or who he had before, has nothing to do with anything. It's level of competition.
Right.
If you think about level of competition, Errol Spence has faced the better fighters. And in the sense that with the records of the opposition, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, you say, well, he fought two good fighters, Sean Porter and Triple G. That's it. So when you look at it, 36 fights, 37 fights, out of 37 fights, he's fought two good fighters. It's not good at all.
Yeah, I agree. I did a breakdown of his resume, man, because I watched y'all's press conference, the very first one, where my man said he got a chocolate brownie waiting, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, right, yeah. That's kind of funny, too. Yeah.
So
you telling the man, you don't give him, this is what he said. I'm going to give you some of this chocolate brownie. Whatever that doesn't even sound right.
Yeah. So when I watched that, I knew where you and Kell Brook were going with y'all statements, y'all's comebacks about the guys that he's fought in his first 25 fights don't compare to the guys that Errol Spence has fought in his first 25, but a lot of the UK fanboys out there were kind of drowning y'all out, so you didn't really get the message across. I knew exactly where y'all were going.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so after that after that press conference, I did a video on it myself on my channel, and I took Errol Spence's first 25 and Kell Brook's first 25, and dog, it's like, shit, 10 out of his first 25, dudes had losing records like 8 and 76 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not even, if you compare the two fighters at that stage of their career, Errol Spence is definitely the more experienced. But, Kell Brook is on fight number 38 right now or something like that.
38, 38, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously he's the more experienced fighter in that aspect. But
well, let me tell you something that's funny though. Listen, so If you follow Facebook, I went to a fight last night. Right?
Uh-huh.
Listen, man, it is so unorganized. Bro, listen, I see how he can get away with fighting fighters like that. Listen to me. When you wrap your hands in the locker room, there's no one watching you. There's no supervision in the locker room. I went to a fight to just watch a fight, right?
Yeah.
Man, listen, the guy said, and I ended up working the guy's corner. The commission, you don't have to have any credentials, anything. The guy just said, hey, listen, just give me the people names who's going to work your corner. I didn't fill out anything. I didn't pay sanctioning.
Yeah, Coach, we lost you for a little bit.
Yeah.
I lost you at where you were talking about you don't have to pay sanctioning fees.
It's really kind of loose over here, man, to where there really are people who make a living as journeymen and who are, so it's easy for a guy to get away with fighting people like that, you know what I mean,
right.
over here. And that's pretty interesting because you see it. So when somebody said that he had something like he had a weak promoter or something, no, man, listen. For you to get away with fighting a journeyman with a guy with that bad record, you had a strong promoter.
Yeah.
Right? Because a weak promoter couldn't pull that off.
Exactly.
But a strong promoter could get you to fight any type of opposition you want. And I was talking about this today. I said that the funny thing about it is, if you look at the records of the people that Errol Spence fought, right, and you say the names are not recognizable to a lot of people, but that doesn't mean that they're not good fighters. See, that's
right.
the difference. And so it's not so much about what the guy's record is as to who he won or who he lost to, who he beat, who he lost to. That's the biggest situation in the deal. So they talk about, like, because these people are, I'm in the sport, right? This is my job. I'm in the sport, right? So if it's a name that I don't recognize, doesn't mean the guy can't fight. I mean, look at the guy that beat Gamboa a couple weeks ago. I mean,
Robert Castellano. Yeah.
Well, yeah, who had losses. I mean, so when you say that, okay, so Errol hadn't fought a guy with a bad record, you know, and the guys had winning records, but if you don't recognize the people's name, what does that mean? I mean, and so Algeria was a great fighter when he fought Pacquiao.
Yeah.
But and also think about this. Algeria was even a better fighter when he fought against Amir Khan. Because remember, he fought Amir Khan right after that.
Yeah.
And arguably that was a draw or he won the fight.
Exactly. Yep.
So what about that? So that tells you that that's BS when they come back and say Algeria wasn't good. Because look what they rated Amir Khan. Everybody rated Amir Khan as top 2 or 3, right? Welterweight. They rate him higher than they do. They rate him higher than they do everybody else other than Keith Thurman. Yep. So,
that's true.
So think about that. So see, there's this idea that when he fought him, he made the fight look easier than Algeria wasn't great. But Algeria was on a comeback. I think about this. Pacquiao dropped him 6 times, didn't knock him out. Okay, I got that. But then after the point, what about the point when he came back, he doubled back, and what happened? He fought Amir Khan to a hell of a fight.
Right.
That was a hell of a fight. So then you look at Leonard Bundle, who we say, and Leonard Bundle is a guy who was a road warrior. He's a European champion. So he beat a lot of guys in Europe. And then at the same time, when he fought Keith Thurman, there was something about the fighting. I dropped him in the first round. Yeah. Then what happened? I don't knock him out, or I don't even try to put the pressure. It was something about that. It was something about that guy that they just think that they didn't know.
He started boxing, though, Coach. He started boxing after the pressure was too much.
All right. That's what I'm saying. See, that's the point I was making. It was something about him that the fans didn't know. Listen, man, you never put on a boxing glove. You never punched anybody. You never had to think through that. See, you get knocked down. You have to think through these things. So these people are fans. Yeah. And you don't understand that, man. It's not easy. the situation that you put in as a fighter in the ring. Yeah. So for people to say that this guy is that, for one thing, I mean, it's disrespectful for somebody to never have boxed and call somebody a bum. I never reference a pro fighter a bum because that's very disrespectful. This man is a fighter. You know how much it takes to get in the ring? Come on, man, you serious? Like, it takes a lot of heart, whether he's a winner or a loser. It takes a lot of man to get in the ring. And, you know, he's a gladiator. He's a gladiator, man. So you gotta be respectful in your referencing of a guy that you never had the heart to fight. You know, I never had the skill set or the heart to fight. I can't be disrespectful to a guy who's man enough to do it. And so, I mean, by them saying that, you know, hey, man, listen, man.
Yeah, I think the problem is they don't emphasize on what they mean by bum. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're absolutely right, because I talked about how there's a different mentality. I was an amateur fighter for a while. You know what I'm saying? And I chose basketball over boxing. So there's a different mentality. You know what I'm saying? The fighter's mentality, and then you got the regular average Joe's mentality. And the regular average Joe, he's not even gonna fight a motherfucker outside a bar. You know what I'm saying? Let alone
He got his pistol handy.
Exactly. So we're talking about those average Joe Blows that are calling people bums, you know, whereas you got guys who have fought that may call people bums, but they mean it in a different context. They're more so saying, well, you know, this guy's record is like 1-72.
Right, yeah. But you know what? I still have to say that I won't reference him as that because I can't. I mean, I don't have the heart to call somebody that. You know what I'm saying? Because even though for whatever reason he's still fighting extra money, he still has the desire. See, a lot of people like those lights, man. A lot of people like that fanfare. Even though they're not cheering for them, it's something about being in the ring or being a part of the sport that, you know what I mean? So it's like there's something about it, man. You know what I'm saying? And some people want to be a part of it, whether they're winning or they're losing. Maybe they're fighting for the money. I mean, that's a part-time job. I mean, whatever the case may be. I don't have the heart to belittle or demean somebody and reference them in that way because I feel like if I was a fighter, I wouldn't want to be called that, you know, or whatever. Yeah. So I speak to them like I'm gonna speak like they're gonna speak to me, you know. So but you know, I think there's the level of disrespect when it comes to a guy who, and listen, I just say never fought guys with great records. I never called them bums or anything like that. I just said, listen, look at the level of opposition that he's faced. That's why it took him so long to get there. Because how long do you play in the minor leagues before you step up? Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're good enough to step up, and I think he's a good fighter. I mean, you know, and I did an interview last night, and the guy was saying how strong he is, how hard he can punch. I said, yeah, but I mean, Errol's a big puncher too. I said, we spar heavyweight. This is real. Yeah. So we're not. People talk about he's undefeated in sparring or something like that. Listen, man, we spar like we fight because you cannot play in sparring because you can get hurt. Absolutely. You know, you listen. The good guy never want to get clipped by the other guy. Whoever guy is, you know, you go in there and like I said, we spar with world champions or top-rated contenders. And reason being because these guys have more to prove. They have more riding on it. They want to look good. Everybody wants to look good. And the level and the intensity of the sparring is high. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You look at it like this. I trained Jermell Charlo, right? I trained him, right? But when we stepped it up for this fight right here, you see him sparring with Errol. This is the first time I ever had him spar with Errol. You see how it was popping. It was just like everything was clicking. It was like on point. It was like that, you know. And listen, that's just two top fighters sparring with each other. Right. That's what they bring. That's what they bring out of each other. Is the level of you have to be perfect to spar either one of those guys because they're very fast and very strong and big punches. I mean, they can't throw a punch out there and leave it out there forever. They got to snap it back and get it back and look for the next punch. Exactly. And look for the offense to defense coming back. So that's the key element to it, which two top guys present, opposed to you sparring with a sparring partner. That's the guy who's there to get a check.
You know what? that's funny you said that, because that's exactly, I don't mean to go off topic, but that's exactly what Charles Hadley did against Jermell. He threw that punch out there, but he never snapped it back to wait for that incoming right hook. And that's what got him knocked out. I mean, you might go over there and train him, man.
Well, now, you know what? This is the thing about it. I've known him basically his whole amateur boxing career, and even his pro career. I went to just about every one of his fights other than the one in Australia, and probably I missed 2 or 3 of them. So I've seen almost all of his fights. I've been in support of Charles Hadley. I've offered to help him several times. They just said, they didn't take me up on the offer.
Wow.
And just so happened, Jermell Charlo, we were at the Errol and myself was at the Pacquiao Mayweather fight, and Jermell was hanging out with he and I, and he said, listen, man, he said, if I ever leave Ronnie, I'm going to come here. I said, nah, man, don't get me involved in that, because I got a pretty good relationship with Ronnie. If fighters start leaving, going to other people start feeling a certain way. I don't feel like that, because I feel like every man has a choice to be comfortable, and you never know who's going to leave you, who's going to say. You just got to, that makes me know that I got to keep working hard and keep my level of intellect high, and keep these guys stimulated and keep them learning. And months later he called me, man, and so I started training him. And my boxing coach, who was the guy who was my mentor, my hero, Charles had asked him, his dad had asked him to help him, and so he was like, hey, can you come help? He said, I'll get it started, but I'm like 80-something years old. I can't train them. He said, I want you to do it. I said, I can't do it. He said, why? I said, because I train the number 1 fighter in the world. I'm not going to train somebody. Go help nobody number 15 when I got a number 1.
Yeah.
And then after that, Jermell won the world title. Then they made Charles, he won the fight in Australia. And then so I was like, listen, it was on. I mean, it was like my job is to be the best I can be for Jermell Charlo. Be the best I can be for Errol Spence, Rob Brandt. So whether I'm fighting, whoever we're fighting, we're going to go in and go after it. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Let me ask you this, and before I let you go, we're going to switch gears a little bit. How is the UK, man? How is it treating you, man? Is Errol ready for this mega fight on the 27th, and how do you feel about it, man?
And, man, I feel good about it. I mean, I'm feeling ready. My man, he sparred 14 rounds today, 14 3-minute, 30-minute, 3-minute and 30-second, 3-minute, 30-second round with a 30-second break. And because we normally have been sparring 3-minute rounds, right?
Yep.
But with a 30-second break. But check this out. So we've been there for like 2 weeks or whatever. And so they couldn't fix the clock to where we could do a 30-second break. So instead of that, we just did a 3-minute. We added 30 seconds to the round opposed to the 30 seconds. And we still took the 30-second break because, it did a minute break. So we did 3 minutes, then another 30 seconds, and that was the time they had a break. So that shows the level of conditioning there, and that they were able to add on 30 more seconds to the round.
Okay.
And still do the 30 seconds if you can follow me. So I mean, it's good, man. We did 14 rounds today. We did 14 rounds on Thursday, and we did about 13 on Monday. So I mean, it was good, man. It was good. His conditioning is great. The guy he spun with said he was just too fast for him. His skill set he was like right on point. Punches were coming real good. So, and he said he's really strong. So I mean, it's good, man. We're happy. I'm happy about it. The people here have been great. They've been very they're big fans. I mean, big fans. They went to the mall. The guy kept the store open for us. He's like, hey man, it's Errol Spence, So it's kind of like it's good, man. I mean, these people are true. Like they're not just fly by night fans. I mean, so these guys, like these kids, like these little bitty kids, go crazy because they follow boxing. Like boxing is like over here is like almost like a religion, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in America, there are not a lot of white kids that box, right? I mean, over here, that's all you see. Like, look, I mean, it's crazy, man. You like little kids, like, hey, man. I mean, like I worked the corner last night, and the little kid got out the ring. He's like, and I was playing with them in the audience, right? And I said, "You a boxer?" "Yeah, I'm a boxer." "Yeah, I'm a boxer. I used to box too. I'm a trainer too." "So who you train?" I said, "I train Errol Spence." The guy killed. Like, I knew it. I told him that was you. I knew that. Some little kid but they were like, "What is he doing here?" Is what they were thinking. That's why but it's cool, man. I mean, like, it's amazing, man. I mean, these guys are real men. I watched the fights last night, and it's like, you know, most of the guys may not have great records, but they were very competitive fights, and they fought like real men. Like, I was proud. I was proud, man, to watch the fight, to sit out in the audience and watch, and then it was pretty interesting, man. So I mean, I still love the sport. I'm in love with the sport, man, and the people love us over here. But we're not in Sheffield. I went to Sheffield like 2 or 3 days ago, but we're not in Sheffield. We're like 2 hours away. So we get over there to be a little hostile, you know, and that's okay, man. It's love, man. You know, we black men in America. Come on, you know, we're accustomed to that type of situation.
Man, I'm glad you said that, because that was that's a few things. I had to tune down a couple of well, not just a couple, it was more than a couple, but some British fans recently, man, because a lot of them were saying that due to Errol Spence not having the experience under the biggest lights possible in the sport of boxing, he's going to get knocked out. And I'm like, well, you got to understand, the hostility is nothing like what we go through as, like you just said, black men in America. That's number one. But then I also mentioned how Errol Spence was called up one day. I don't know the story, so I'm just throwing it out there a little bit. Please
ask me about it. I'll tell you. Ask me about it.
Okay, so
what are you trying to get at?
How he got at Floyd Mayweather Jr. and actually did well in sparring. You know, we don't have to know the backstory. But
yeah, I mean, it was the fact that he was, Floyd had heard like he was beating everybody up. He was smashing everybody, beating them up, stopping them. And he said, call Al. Him like, Al, who is that? I want that kid, that boy everybody talking about. I want him to come up here. And that was it. I mean, you think about this. Stage fight. Listen, it's one thing, this is what they got to understand. So when he was preparing he had already made the U.S. Olympic team, but you have to make the qualifiers. So you got to qualify.
Right.
So he sparred on a daily basis Shawn Porter, Lamont Peterson, Adrian Brown. This was on a regular, like every other day for like 6-8 weeks or more. He spawned these guys, you know, so you rotate these guys in and out.
Right.
So at that point, all those guys were ranked number one in the world as professionals, and they were training for, Adrian was training for his first world title, right? Lamont Peterson was training for the world title. Shawn Porter was getting ready for the fight with Devin Alexander, and or whoever it was he fought won the title against. Then you got Jorge Linares, who he was up there getting ready, because he was with Freddie Roach. And so Freddie was like one of the consultants and everything. So if you look at that, we spar those high-level guys. And people talk about sparring. No, listen, man. We do not play with sparring. Because listen, that grown man, like that Lamont Peterson, is not going to let an amateur boxer in Errol Spence beat him up. Right? They're not going to do it. They're not going to let an amateur fighter beat him up. So if that guy beat him up, it's because that guy had the ability to do so.
Yes, sir.
So you know, you think Floyd is going to do it, man? Floyd, you know, the first time they sparred, it was funny because the story is that Floyd got to the gym 3 hours late to kind of stall him out, mess with him mentally, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then after that, he sparred with him. You waiting for 3 hours, you get loose, and then you got to get back loose again. I mean, 3 hours later, that kind of messes with your whole situation. But he was doing that to mess with him mentally, right? Yeah. And that tested fortitude right there. You know, it was Floyd Mayweather, one of the fastest, smartest, most intelligent fighters, probably in history, because he was able to fight for so long and not endure so much,
absolutely,
abuse, and the fact that throughout history he fought more champions than any other fighters in the world. So regardless of what people say about him, he fought more champions than anybody else. So this is a guy who, all of the top guys, he beat them.
Yep.
And so for you to not freeze up and get in there and get work, and let's think about this.
Yes,
Out
sir.
of all the years, Floyd may not remember who he fought against, but and he never talks about who he ever fought against. But for some reason, he talks about this one particular guy.
Yeah, there's something behind that.
But this one particular guy. I mean, think about this. He beat Canelo easy. This thing about Errol had only had 4 fights when they were sparring. So he had 4 pro fights when they were sparring.
Wow.
So think about this. Are people trying to compare Kell Brook to Floyd Mayweather?
I hope not.
Listen. Errol had 4 fights. All right? That was years ago. That was like, 17 fights later?
Yes, sir.
Floyd was like 42, 43 fights. I mean, Kell Brook had, that was 4 years ago, so say he had 28, 29 fights. I mean, So you look at it, man, the development of this particular guy. I mean, on a consistent basis, it's like, he's constantly growing, he's constantly using his intelligence. He's, he's a smart guy. I believe in Kell Brook, right? I do. I mean, he's a world champion. It wasn't given to him. I mean, the route he took wasn't as rugged, but at the same time, he still had to beat every one of those guys.
He did. Absolutely.
And I saw something that Carson Jones said. Carson Jones said that Kell Brook could beat Errol Spence. I said, man, how asinine it is. You're comparing yourself to Errol Spence. You're saying that you fought him to a draw.
Yeah.
As slow as you were, but you comparing yourself to him.
Oh man.
I mean, it wouldn't even go to that. I mean, it wouldn't even go to distance. I mean,
no, it wouldn't.
If it was Carson Jones, and listen, he did good with Kell Brook the first fight. You know what I mean? I didn't see the second fight. I saw a little bit of it, but I mean, hey man, listen, it's okay, man. We're happy, we're ready. I know people make videos, so I have to be premeditated in my words, right? Because people want to make a video about you, talk shit about you. Like I think about this. I said something about a guy's record in the UK, right?
Yep.
So I'm a black American, but another black American to come after me for something I said about a British guy.
Well, that's because the American fans, we don't have unity, man. Like you said about the UK, they love their fighters. Over here, man.
And they should. They're
Yeah,
supposed to love them.
Yep. We should be taking notes from UK fans, and that's the problem. Andre Ward, he should have the whole goddamn American flag behind him, but he doesn't. They'd rather like a guy that's not from here and Gennady Golovkin.
A Russian. Think about this. Think about this, man. Listen, if I was a Russian and I said, I think I like Kovalev, but I think Ward's going to beat him, hey, man, you would never see me again.
Right.
Hey, man, my wife would turn me in. Like you know why my wife would turn me in? Because he's a weak ass. He needs to be killed.
Yeah.
It's about national pride. It's about national pride. Yeah. It's not about, you don't have a fan in this. Listen, man, they look at it as them beating America, sticking it to America.
Yeah.
That's why they reference Jeff Lacy. That's why they reference Jeff Lacy, because in their mind they feel like they can't beat us in any other way, but they can beat us in a fight. They can't beat us in basketball, can't beat us in track, can't beat us in you know all these other things. But at the same time, this is their way so we can stick it to the Americans. And listen, and that's why. And I love them. Listen, I love the British fans for loving Kell Brook.
No doubt.
That's what it's about. That's what it's disheartening when I see something that an American would say about another American. I mean, if you don't like America, then you should get your ass out there. So what you say when you watch the Olympics, are you hoping Brazil beats America? Are you watching that Latvia or whoever it is playing Team USA basketball beat us? This is no different.
Right.
Well, I mean, so you just think about it, this is no different, but it's okay though, because listen, all those fans who don't like this, it's okay, man. You have your own personal preference, but at the same time, if you don't like to root for America all the time, Because how can you think about this? One guy said, man, but I'm a Kell Brook fan. Dude, he ain't fought on TV that many damn times. So what do you see him fight? Carson Jones twice. You see him fight Triple G and Sean Porter, and now you in love with him?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
all those other fights, you couldn't even catch him. You had to go. You had to go search. You had to go search for those fights, really, because you can't search for a fight like you can't. Man, you saw him fight Sean Porter, right, and Triple G. That's when he hit the mainstream in the world. All those other fights were fought in like on this small local television network here. Yeah. So you got to go look on YouTube or whatever it is you can find to find them. I couldn't even find a lot of the stuff. So you fell in love with him on 3 fights.
Yep.
Or 4 fights.
That's how it works, man. And it's that and the fact that they just, he has this, Errol Spence has this hype train.
That's right. That's what I was going to say,
Yeah, I don't know why.
The dude, it was a conversation that we were at the fight. I know you saw it, and it was after Jermell Charlo had beat Charles Allen. And we just did a press conference to come out, and I walk up. The dude said, "Man, you remind me of Marvin Hagler." And I was like, "What? I mean, what the hell? He don't fight like Marvin Hagler."
No, he doesn't.
I mean, so are you saying the tenacity, the vigor he fights with, that toughness he fights with? Say that. When you say you remind me of Marvin Hagler, you saying like. What? They fight just alike. I said, no, Errol fights from a different skill set than Marvin Hagler. That's what I believe. And if you're a true boxing fan, you say, you put them up. No, they don't fight nothing alike. Both of them left-handed. One of them's a middleweight, one of them's a welterweight.
Yeah.
Maybe he had that doggedness. Because the word, like Marvin Hagler would say, I'm going to eat him up like Pac-Man. That's what he said. Basically, I'm going to roll over and beat him up. I'm going to eat him up like Pac-Man. That's what he would say. Yeah. So to say that, so somebody was like, he says Errol Spence is better. I didn't say, listen, I did not say Errol Spence was better than Marvin Hagler. I said they fight nothing alike. The skill sets are 2 different.
The only thing I would say about that, there's 2 things. Number one, you got to understand, a lot of these cats out here, Coach, they don't know how to break down styles. They don't know how to give you a well-educated analysis of a fighter's style and how it will look against other fighters. They don't know how to do that. They see one thing and they say, no, that's just like that. That's one thing.
They recognize names. But go ahead, yeah.
Right, exactly. And another thing is, the only thing I would say that those 2 possibly have in common is how Errol Spence goes to the body when he's on the inside. That's about it. True. That's about it.
But Hagler's a dog. Like, he's like a true, I'm going to eat him up, man. He is relentless when he gets on you, right? And he's so tough that he takes those punches and he comes right back. I mean, he's gonna fight right back. I mean, so that's what I mean. So you say, okay, you tough. You just as tough as Hagler.
Yeah.
Okay, say that. But you remind me of. So you be specific. Specify what you're saying.
I feel that.
And I was like, and I said, man, and so when I said that. Oh, man, so many people made these freaking videos. Like, come on, dude, you for real? I said, listen to us. I said, I love Marvin Hagler. I do, because, listen, I used to watch him eat cats up, man, beat him up, you know what I mean? He wasn't the fastest. He was very strong. He was very, man, his will was unbelievable. I mean, he had an unbelievable will. I mean, come on, man. You try to be very, like, watch what I say because I don't want, hey, man.
Nah, I feel you on that. And this, man, I tell people all the time, I interviewed a lot of different people, but I think you, Breadman, and Andre Rozier are probably like my favorite guys right now. You know what I'm saying? Breadman went off on my interview. He said all sorts of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I went ahead and, I kept it at that. I put it on the channel, and that was that. You know what I'm saying? We don't break shit up and twist your words and nothing like that, because I wouldn't want that shit done to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you're right.
Word up. I got one more thing for you, man. I'm gonna let you go because I know it's late over there.
Yeah.
So when he beats Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying, and he takes back that IBF title, brings it back to the United States, man. We going for Keith Thurman, man. What we doing next?
Man, it may seem like it may have to get somebody else in between that, because
of course.
Yeah, he had surgery or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so something happened. Because we that will be saying we're going to fight once in 2 years.
Yeah.
So, and he said he had an injury or whatever. So I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, I just think we want to get busy. We want to get busy immediately. I mean, within like 2 to 3 months or so, get a fight schedule or a fight date. And I think it's going. I think it's going to happen like that. So whether it's Keith or not, I mean, it'll be one of the guys, and so I'm not for sure. What's funny is what I was talking to these British people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were asking me about the fight, and I said, "Yeah, we're going to go out there. We're going to win the fight." And they said, "I love the way the positiveness of the Americans, opposed to the British people. Said we might, the fighter said I might do this. Hopefully I do this. Like no, I wake up on a definite, man. I don't wake up on a positive possibility. No, I'm serious. I train every day to win.
Yeah.
Right? I train these guys every day to win. So I'm not gonna say, well, man, we might win this. I hope no. We're going in there to win it. So
yes, sir.
All of my actions in life are generally intentional. All of them are intentional. So, like I said, I mean, I may say some stuff that people may not like. That's just life, man. I mean, but everything I say or do is intentional. So, I mean, I rarely apologize because, I mean, why should you have to apologize for being yourself?
Exactly.
And,
yes,
and,
sir.
and if you totally offend somebody, then you have to be apologetic, right? But if you're like, this is who you are, and I mean, I would go out. This was funny. I would go out in the mall. I'd be out, and people would see me. I'm a big guy, and they would jump. Oh, and I would say, "Excuse me, I'm sorry." Then you realize I'm a bigger guy, so they see me and they jump, and I would apologize for being me, right? You're like, you want to? Why should you apologize for being you? So I kind of let you really come to the realization. Listen, man, apologizing is not necessary.
I agree.
So I'm gonna watch who I am. I'm gonna be who I am, and I'm on the low. I'm quiet. I'm on the hush, man. I'm happy with that as long as we keep winning. I mean, and keep my guys, keep my guys looking good, looking sharp, and being successful. That's the key to it all. Because if you want to keep the job, man, you gotta stay on top of it. You know what I mean? So that's what my job. That's what I want to do, and that's what I have to do. I work out so I can stay in shape to keep up with them.
Exactly.
If you get them accustomed to something in particular, like moving around and bouncing around and doing this, I have to do what they do. So people think like I'm 45, but I'm moving around like I'm imitating Kell Brook's movement. I'm imitating his action. I'm imitating. When the fight with Chris Algier was started, I was like, God damn. He was a nonstop mover, so I meant I had to move nonstop, throwing punches.
Wow.
But he didn't. Unfortunately, he got, unfortunately for him, he got bad advice to say, no, we're going to stand in front of the guy. So it was like, hey, all that wasted movement, man, you for real? You train for 8 weeks dancing around, moving around, bouncing around, and then you get in the ring to stand right in front of him. Oh, man, hell. I said I could have did that, but hey, it's okay.
Right.
Good talking to you, brother. I mean, good talking to you.
No doubt, man. I appreciate that. One thing I want to tell you before I let you go is I appreciate y'all's mindset, man. A lot of things that we have in boxing, we have a lot of guys who, they might get the accolades, the fame, and the money that they've been wanting, and then from that point on, they neglect to give us the fights that we're looking for. I said the same thing to Breadman and J-Rock, because they're guys that were actually looking to fight.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. That's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And I respect the hell out of you and Errol. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. If y'all go to the UK, get knocked out in the first round, it won't matter to me, because y'all actually tried to make the best fight possible. You see what I'm saying? And I always respect that from trainers and fighters, man. I just wanted to let you know. Well,
it would matter to me. I'm just saying, but you're right.
Of course.
No. Yeah. I listen. I don't even when it comes to referencing my guys, I don't even say the L word. I mean, if I may say somebody else did good, somebody else lost, I can't fathom it because I've seen it work. I mean, listen, man. But the day we left, so we left on Sunday the 14th. But on Saturday, man, he scored 19 rounds.
Woo.
with 30-second break, man, with like 3 different guys. It was like Adrian Taylor. It was John Vera Jr. Adrian Taylor's like 4 or 5-0, something like that. But he's a cruiserweight, and John Vera is like 16, 17. He's like number 10, and Rob Brandt is like 22-0. Like he's the mandatory getting ready to fight the guy Endom. He's the mandatory for Endom, fight for the world title. I mean, then we had we fought great, fast, good, young, talented guys, man, and that's what you need, I think, in a camp. And everybody gets better. Everybody grows. Everybody gets better, and that's a good thing. You know what I mean? So I think Kell Brook is a good. I'm looking forward to the fight. I can't wait. I'm happy about it. Because before it was driving me crazy. I was like, man, I don't even want to talk about it because the talk is over. I mean, I'm tired of talking about. I'm tired of talking about Kell Brook. I'm tired of talking about Errol Spence. I'm tired of talking about Derrick James. I'm tired of talking about this is like, everybody the press conference. Even over here, man, we saw the press conference. I'm like, hey man, listen, man, I just said how I feel. I mean, I don't think you should be getting a consolation prize. Nobody talks about Sugar Ray Leonard when he moved up to fight Marvin Hagler and he beat him. Right? Nobody talks about that. Sugar Ray Robinson did it. He moved up from welterweight to middleweight and he lost. He tried to fight light heavyweight is when he lost. Right. Ray Leonard moved up to super middleweight. I mean, he did. I mean, Roy Jones moved up to heavyweight. So he went from light heavyweight and past cruiserweight to heavyweight. Yep, he did. So these guys so listen, man. I mean, if you lost, that's just the business. Let it go and keep moving. Yeah, get back to the pat him on the back. Oh, you did well. Because even after the press conference, right? This was funny. After the press conference, so they asked Kell Brook, do you think Derrick James is right about us making too much out of the Triple G's fight? Kell Brook said yes. That's what he said. Man. He said, but I'm gonna keep. I guess he's thinking I'm gonna keep milking it until the Joker. Everybody don't want to talk about it. Right. I told the truth. Like, listen, that's like the Confederacy. They still talking about this. Y'all lost, man. Let it go. Right? Yeah. Dude, you serious? You lost. Oh man. Let it go. Look, let it go. Yeah. Let it go. Kell Brook, you lost. Keep moving. Let it go, man. Look. The Confederacy really wanted the situation to go back to saying, where all y'all jobs gonna go? Exactly. Nah, they don't want that. Come on, man. How you gonna take care of your family? Think about that, man. Because things people really want, let it go. Keep it moving. Get better. Word up. Kell Brook, now we'll see how he is right now. I'm happy for him, It's a good fight. I mean, the world is talking about it. Everybody over here is talking about it like they can't wait. The world is talking about it. That means, hey, man, we'll see if he's the big hype job that everybody thinks he is, or if he's really just as good as the. Think about this. There's not one boxing true aficionado said he's a hype job. Sugar Ray Leonard hadn't said that, right? Nope. Oscar De La Hoya didn't say that. Floyd Mayweather didn't say that. Nope. Howard Davis didn't say that. He was the first person to ever tell me you're doing a phenomenal job and Errol Spence is a great fighter. He's going to be great. And, he passed away like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Right. But all these boxing aficionados, all these people, Teddy Atlas, Freddie Roach, Virgil Hunter, all these people, Barry Hunter, all these people are saying this guy is great, but it's the fans. Like, who do you think you are? You have more. So you're saying you have more knowledge than Sugar Ray Leonard. You can say something, but you know more than Sugar Ray Leonard. You know more than Oscar De La Hoya. You know more than Floyd Mayweather, who's been in the ring with Errol. Right. So listen, think about this. These are people. That's the level. Think about the level. It's lunacy. I have friends who play in the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. I never talk about football to them, brother. But listen, I played up until middle school, the 8th grade. What kind of conversation am I have with them? Right. Think about this. For me to say something to them about football is like crazy. Yeah. Dude, I don't even really watch football. And I'm gonna tell you, Man, next time you get that ball, hold on to it like this. You're like, what the hell? That's what the fans are doing. When they telling us, Sugar Leonard said something, they said, Ray Leonard, you lying. You don't know what the hell you talking about. Oscar De La Hoya, you full of crap. Floyd Mayweather, you might be one of the best fighters of this day and age, this time, and you may have been in the ring with Errol Spence, but you lying. Right? Teddy Atlas, who are you? You're a commentator. That's what you get paid to do. But who are you? You don't know nothing. Max Kellerman, you on HBO. You're a dumbass. You don't know nothing. Because why? The fans know more than Max Kellerman, more than Teddy Atlas, more than Freddie Roach.
Yeah.
They know more. Freddie Roach worked with him in the amateurs when they were getting ready for the Olympic Games. What is he talking about? He can't know what he's talking about because the fans know more than the actual people who are in the sport who make money. If you know more than them, you should be making money doing it.
Yeah.
Because when they speak, let's like this. If a boxer speaks, what does the fan have to go back and forth with? You used to box, bro. So how is a fan going to argue with you when you've been in the ring? You've been punching them out. You've been hitting the face. You've been hitting the body. You know how that feels. And to have to think through that, like, that's where the conversation stops. Because have you ever been punched in the face? Have you had to work through getting rattled or getting shook? That buzzing feeling you get when you get punched in the face.
I remember that.
Have you ever to think through that? Because see, there's a process that has to wear off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And you're still not okay. So how do you tell a guy who's been through that? How do you coach him through that if you never felt that? How do you say in the audience, oh, he should have did that. You would have got. How do you say that if you never felt that buzzing feeling? If you never hit a guy so hard that you feel it all the way up your arm, right?
Yeah. Yep.
How do you even? This is something that everybody plays football or basketball. Listen to me. Everybody plays football or basketball. That's a pickup sport. Nobody pick up boxing.
No, you can't do that.
You can throw. You can throw the pass with your kid. You can shoot hoops with your son. You can go out and run around the track. Nobody. Boxing is not a pickup sport. Everybody has done that. And listen, come on, bro. So go ahead, man. I'm gonna let you go. So we can go all day long with this. Put this in perspective. We love the fans, but be that. You know, I can't be an expert. How you gonna out expert Sugar Ray Leonard, Olympic gold medalist, 25-time world champ? I mean, every time you won the title, you finish the title. How do you out Sugar Ray Leonard, or out Floyd Mayweather, or De La Hoya? How do you do that? So when they speak, listen to them. Don't challenge them. You may ask them a question, but they're talking about something that you could not fathom. That's the truth. You know that you talk about boxing from a perspective of, okay, you're a fan, but hey, I've been in the ring too. So
absolutely.
And when you speak like that, it's not about an argument. It's not about, brother. It's not about. Look, you've been punched in the face before.
Absolutely.
Have you had your tooth loosened?
Absolutely.
Have you been think about that? Think about that. Come on, dude. So how is it that you can say what I do, or comment on what I comment on? Social media, man.
Yep, I agree 100%, man. I agree. That's a good message. I'm gonna actually, I might break that into one damn video so they can hear that damn message.
Listen, you know what? Listen, do that because separate that. Because this is like you have to. It's like there's no disrespect in this, but obviously there's no respect in it also, because you can't say you love a sport and not respect the elders. But you come at me for saying Errol Spence doesn't fight like Marvin Hagler, but you say Ray Leonard doesn't know what he's talking about, or Oscar De La Hoya doesn't know what he's talking about. These are Hall of Famers. Look, Max Kellerman is on HBO, so it's him as a true fan to say this guy is good.
Yeah,
he's not getting any credit doing this, and Errol may not ever fight on that network unless he gets like some other fight with a pay-per-view fight with Canelo or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody in that level where they can switch it up and because other than that, you're not gonna get him on HBO. But that man said, listen, it's a good guy. I like him. He can
Yep.
fight.
Yep. That's true. That's true.
So see, he's not getting paid for this.
Right.
They're not getting paid for that. So that's the difference. And I think that, I mean, I'm respectful in everything I do. I'm not gonna tell a truck driver how to drive his truck. And I drive a car. Listen, like this. A man who drives a truck every day for a living, he can tell me, hey man, you gotta make sure you keep watering this and keep airing your tires. And I listen to him. But this is what he does for a living. Right. And I drive, so I'm never gonna give him advice about driving trucks. But you know what? That's what he does for a living. And I drive a car.
Yep. Yep.
Man, I would turn that corner like this. And they was like, man, this is what I do for a living, bro. I'm okay. That's the same level. That's the same level of respect and disrespect right there.
Right.
But go ahead, bro. Yeah.
No, I agree 100%. That's what's up, man. Man, this was a great conversation, man. My man Derrick James. When y'all get back, man, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna try to make it to the gym and check y'all out, man, and you know, check out everything y'all got going on over there. I still haven't gone to these gyms out here in Dallas yet, so I need to do that. But yeah, man, great conversation, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. We're at R&R Boxing, man. We're making that one little bitty gym one of the top gyms in America, which makes it one of the top. Because think about this, they're not talking about that other gym in Cali or that other gym in Vegas. Right. They're talking about that one little gym in Dallas, man.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
I need to make it out there, man. I haven't done it yet. I got it on my calendar. It's going on my calendar.
You got to get out there, man. It's, you know, it's good, man. It's like a lot of little young talent, a lot of little young guys who get to watch. Think about this. And like you say, you're a boxing fan. But you may be a boxing fan. What about a young amateur aspiring fighter who gets to watch Jermell Charlo spar Errol Spence or spar Robert Brent? Or you might see Jamal Charlo come to the gym, or you may see Steven Jackson come to the gym, or you may see who play pro football. You may see Brian Custer come. You may see all these different people coming to the gym. They watching the sport guy. They watching the sparring. Like BC came from he's in town from New York. He's like, man, I want to come out of the gym. I got to check this out. Yeah, like, man, golly. So you know, it's like it's like so you see like a young guy who's watching. Man, God, this guy, all these people coming to the gym. But not only the fanfare of that, but to watch, like I said, Jermell Charlo spar Errol Spence. Yep. Or spar Rob Brent or spar, you know. And so you look like, God dang. So think about, if you think a fan, what about a fighter who's like, they're inspired more. Yeah. See, it takes, like I always say, it takes one fighter to change a city, one fighter to change a gym, right? One fighter can change the state. But if you got 2 or 3 fighters, man, what does that do? I mean, so what does that do? Those guys, those young kids get to talk to them and ask them questions, watch them work, watch the work ethic. I mean, that is very inspiring, man. I mean, and I grew up in a gym with a lot of other good amateur fighters, so I had other big brothers. I had an older brother, but I had other big brothers in boxing to watch and aspire to be like. So we all sparred each other. That's how we had a really great boxing gym, a good gym. Yep. But that's how these other guys and my guys working with each other, they grow, they groom, they cool. You know, and Jermell, I think he's coming like today or tomorrow. Sean Porter just got here yesterday. I mean, so it's like, listen, man, we all like, you know, hey, man. And other people coming over too. So it's like, it's all love, man. It's all love. I mean, that's what boxing in America needs. That's what boxing in Dallas needs, and that's what we're giving them, man.
Absolutely. That's what's up. All right, family, man, I'm going to let you go. Good luck, man.
No doubt.
Do what you do. Bring that damn title back, fam.
No doubt, bro. Listen, man, we got to snatch it out of his hands. He told me that we're not getting it, so I said, listen, what he failed to realize is this. He'll get to keep the one he has, and they'll just send us a new one. We get to walk out of the ring with the title. Because that's his belt forever. That's his belt, yeah. And they'll mail us a new one in the mail. So, you know, hey, that's how we're going to do it. And we're going to take it. I appreciate it, bro. Good talking to you.
Hey, good talking to you, family.
Peace out, no doubt.